everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft to Believe After, and welcome to the third episode of Hooking Up with Books. Now, for those of you who are not aware of the Hooking Up with Books series, it is a sort of a book club that myself and my good friend Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet started. We decided on it last year. We've both got a great love for reading, and we started chatting about books, and we thought it would be fun to have sort of a book club going, but then incorporate crochet into it. So what we do is we decide on a book every month. Now the book club runs from the 15th to the 15th, and then we sort of have an introductory video, and at the end of the month, the 15th of the following month, we then show a crochet project that we made inspired by something that we read in that book. So the first two books that we did last year was Brit Marie Was Here and Where the Crawdads Sing. So we started, I think, the book club with Where the Crawdads Sing. And in that one, I made a super adorable seagull from the Animal Friends of Peekaboo book, number 3. And then our second book was Brit Marie Was Here, which was a fantastic book as well. In that one, I made one of the characters, Sven, from the Lula and her Amigurumi Friends book. So if you want to have a look at what our previous book clubs and our projects were like, I will link that playlist down below. Now, what's fantastic about the book club, many of you have joined in. So some of you just read the books, some of you just pop around every month to see the crochet projects that we make. Some of you have joined in with the reading and the crocheting part, and it is all fantastic. We love having everyone here, whether you're reading, whether you're making, whether you're supporting. You guys are fantastic, and this is why we enjoy doing the book club. It's just a little something different, but still crochet related. So this month, that's just passed. So we started on the 15th of January with our third book, which was The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. And I will show you the project that I made from it. Now, Agatha Christie is my absolute favorite author, and her books featuring Hercule Poirot, which is a detective, he's a Belgian detective. He is my favorite literary character. I love how he's depicted in all of the books. It's my favorite series of books featuring one specific character. So obviously I had to make Hercule Poirot, the famous Belgian detective. Now let me just see if I can get him to focus. There we go. So this is Mr. Poirot. Now, the pattern is a tiny pattern, so you can see I can hold it in my one hand. I wasn't aware that the pattern was this small. I will pop the designer's name and the link to the pattern down below. I bought it off a site called Crochetlandia. I've never heard of it before, but they've got various different characters on the site. So this was Mr. Poirot with his little hat, his bald egg-shaped little head, as he is described in many of his books, and his signature moustache that he is very, very proud of. So this was little Hercule Poirot. I absolutely adore him. So I didn't even think to do anything else from the books. I knew when I chose The Murder of Roger Ackroyd to be our first book for this year, I knew that I wanted to do something with Hercule Poirot. And when I saw this adorable pattern, I knew this was the amigurumi I was going to make. So I made him in my absolute favorite rainbow cotton 8/4. And like I said, he came out teeny tiny, but he whipped up in absolutely no time at all. It was so quick to make him. Not anything difficult about the pattern at all. Now, let me tell you guys about some of the wonderful projects that I received from a few of you lovely viewers and subscribers and supporters of the channel. I've received 3 projects from people who's joined in with the book club, and I will tell you a bit about those projects as I pop the photos onto the screen. Now, the first photo I received was from Cheryl, and Cheryl also has a YouTube channel called Curly Moose Crochets, a fantastically fun channel to go and watch. So I'll link her channel down below. But she made this adorable hot cocoa cup with Poirot's sort of signature moustache that she put onto the cup. So that was absolutely fantastic. And that represents Poirot drinking hot cocoa in the book. And that was such a wonderful representation. And I loved this project. When Cheryl sent it to me, I was thrilled. And I thought, why didn't I think of something as creative as that? So I just went for the very literal route. I just made Poirot himself. But Cheryl did a fantastic job on this hot cocoa cup featuring Monsieur Poirot on the front of the cup. So Cheryl, that was fantastic. Thank you for joining in the book club. I know Cheryl has read some of our previous books with us. So it's always nice to have you guys join in. Like I say, even if you just read or just do a project, we just love hanging out with you all and seeing what you get up to. Now, the next pattern I received was from my very good friend Pamela over in the UK. Now, I think she started the book club with us from the very start, so she's done all 3 books with us so far. And she sent in an absolutely fantastic crochet project. Now, I've got my phone here with me because I've got to explain to you what is going on this fantastic hard clock project that she made. Now, like I say, I wish I was as creative and thinking out of the box as the projects that we've received. Now, this one, what Pamela told me is she wanted to make a grandfather clock because it's mentioned in the story, but that would have taken obviously a whole lot of time. And because a clock, not only the grandfather clock, but a clock has a very significant part in the book. Now, I'm not going to give away any details in case there's any of you who still want to read the book. So I will tell you what the elements that is depicted in Pamela's project. So the heart symbolizes a very secret relationship. That's sort of, it's one of the main points within the story. The clock represents a part of how the murder was committed. And then the flowers right at the top that you can see. Now, Poirot, the story starts out, you get to know him as this odd little man who is living in this very small country village. And all he wants to do, he's retired and he wants to grow award-winning vegetable marrows. So when we first meet Poirot in the book, he actually throws a marrow across his garden because he's so disappointed that with all the love that he's put into growing this marrow, it's just an average size. So I think Pamela mentioned that she actually wanted to do a vegetable marrow, but she couldn't find like a pattern that spoke to her. So the flowers at the top actually represents Mr. Poirot's garden that he's taking such good care of now at the start of his retirement. So I thought this was so fantastic, fitting in 3 elements and 3 key elements of the book in one project. Pamela, it is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Then the last project I received, you guys, and it was literally minutes before I'm filming this video. It is currently 10 minutes to 9 in the evening. I got it not long ago, so this last photo made it in a nick of time, and it was submitted by Shannon. Now Shannon, she is also a great supporter of mine and Caroline's YouTube channels. She always participates in, if we've got collabs going, she's always one of the people who submits a project for the collab. And again, with the Hooking Up With Books, she has joined in and she has submitted actually 2 items that she's crocheted. And I'll pop that up on the screen as well so that you can have a look at it while I talk about it. The one is an envelope. So it's the letter that's actually the motive, that contains the motive for the murder. So it's a very, very key part in the story, this letter that was received by Mr. Ackroyd. Now he's the poor victim in the story, so I mean it's no secret there. The book is called The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, but the letter contains the motive for the murder. And then next to the letter, so the letter you can see there in that beautiful, I think she used paint to make it look like that, what do you call it, a wax seal. So it's absolutely beautifully done. Next to the letter, you see a journal. Now the journal actually is a key element from the very start of the book right to the end, because it reveals who the murderer is. So again, such out of the box thinking that I just love seeing in these projects. And like I say, thank you guys for submitting these fantastic photos. I know there's been some projects submitted to Caroline as well, so I will link her video down below. Please go over to her channel and see what projects she made. So I didn't know what Caroline has made. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the projects that were submitted to Caroline as well. And the last pattern I received was this fantastic little shrew sent in by Carlotta. It is from the Amigurumi Treasures book, and is he not adorable? She even added Poirot's signature moustache to this incredibly, incredibly cute make. That little hat, the little cape, I absolutely loved seeing this pattern, and I must tell you guys that this is definitely on my to-do list very, very soon. Thank you, Carlotta, for sending in your project. It is absolutely fantastic. And that is it, you guys. That is the end of Hooking Up With Books episode 3. Now, this month, so starting today, the 15th of February, all the way to the 15th of March, we are doing actually a viewer's suggestion book, and it is called One Day. So I'm really looking forward to it. I have no clue what the book is about. So I am really looking forward to this one. And this time, you guys, I think I'm going to do my best to try and think outside the box with the project that I want to make for this book. So if you want to join in, I will pop the details of the book down below. I know the name of the book is One Day, but I will link an Amazon link for you. I had to buy the Kindle version because I couldn't get the English book quick enough for the start of our book club for this month. So I'm doing the Kindle version, which you can easily get on Amazon, but I will link that down below. So I'm really looking forward to reading the book, deciding on a project, and then of course all of you who's joining in, seeing what you come up with as well. All right, you guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the projects from our lovely viewer supporters as well. All right, friends, that's it for now. I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, stay safe, stay crafty, and I will see you very soon.